What's up, YouTube fam? Today I want to talk to you about a pretty sensitive topic: eBay turbos.
I just can't believe it. I'm appalled.
What's going on, guys? We are back to doing videos in the car. Sorry if you guys actually hate watching this sort of stuff, but at the moment I've just been super busy and I've got a massive drive, so I've got some time and I really wanted to make this video. So basically how this came about is a few weeks ago on Instagram I was answering some questions that you do ask me questions on your Instagram story. A few people asked me about I suppose advice for turbo setups and that sort of thing, and I recommended eBay turbos to a few people, and in fact I actually recommend them to a few people on YouTube through comments as well. And I woke up the next morning and I had a conversation with a good mate of mine who sort of pointed out that it's maybe not a good idea for me to be recommending eBay turbos to people, because if they go bad, which sometimes or often they can, it may come back to me. So I just wanted to make this video to clear up sort of my opinions on eBay turbos, why I recommend them to certain people, and sort of just clear up that so that you don't all hate me if you get one and it fails. Basically, I did clear this up on Instagram. I did make a story clearing this up and I actually added it to my story highlights, so you can go see it there, but I just wanted to clear it up on this platform as well for people that don't follow me on Instagram. So as the title suggests, this is actually just my opinion based on my personal experiences that I've had with them. So there's going to be probably plenty of people out there that disagree, and that's fine. Everyone's had different experiences with them and everyone has their own opinions based on those experiences. Some people have opinions based on just what they've heard, so this is basically what I think of them based on what I've had experiences with them and why I recommend them to certain people. So basically I've always been about having fun in cars for as cheap as possible. I've always been a solid advocate that you don't need to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to have fun driving cars. You can build fun cars for cheap, you can have fun in cars for not a shitload of money, and that's what it's all about for me, is basically having fun. Now obviously a lot of people don't have a heap of disposable income, and for that reason I reckon eBay turbos are awesome. Basically what it comes down to is, if you're building a cheap car to have a lot of fun in and you're not investing a heap of money in it, coppers. Right, we're sweet. I don't think coppers like when you vlog in the car, I don't know. Anyway, it sounds free, so maybe not. But anyway, back to the point. If you're building a cheap car to have fun in and you're not investing a heap of money in the car or in the engine, it doesn't make a whole heap of sense to go and buy a super expensive turbo when there is a cheaper alternative. So if you reckon that you're going to get the same life and the same performance and efficiency out of a $300 turbo as you are out of a $2,000 turbo, you're just wrong to start with. That is just incorrect. It would be pretty insane to think that. The quality is not the same, the efficiency is not the same, and for that reason the longevity is probably not the same either. But if you've got a car that's got a $300 motor, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to go and buy a $2,000 turbo. And that's just the way I see it, is that if you're just turboing a completely stock motor, and you can do it for way cheaper than spending that much money on a turbo, why wouldn't you? At the end of the day, if the turbo fails or the motor fails or wrecks the motor, you're still not that worse off. You could still replace the whole setup for how much it would cost to buy a Garrett, like a GTX or something similar. So that's why I recommend turbos to certain people. I recommend turbos to people who ask about turboing their stock motors. But that all being said, if you go and spend a few $1,000s on forged internals and big cams for your motor, chances are you've already budgeted for a decent turbo and you probably can afford a decent turbo. But for the people who are buying $1,000 R31s, or the likes of a cheap car that they just want to boost and have a bit of fun in, and they're not going to do anything crazy, well then it makes a lot more sense to buy a cheap turbo. So that being said, I've always had great experiences with eBay turbos. It is still a Russian roulette. I've known of a lot of people that have put them on cars and they failed straight away. I've personally had luck with them where they've lasted for a long time. That being said, it's never massive boost applications. I only really recommend them for people with smaller boost applications. But again, it goes down that same path where if you've got a big boost application, chances are you've got a build motor. So not many people out there want to pump more than 20 psi into a motor that's stock. It's the same principle where if you've got a high boost pressure application, chances are you've probably got forged internals or a built motor, and if you've gone through that much investment in your motor to run that, you've probably budgeted for a decent turbo, and I would recommend a better quality turbo to protect the investment that you've made in your motor. So that's pretty much where I stand on eBay turbos. I've had them pulled apart. I find that most of your eBay GT copies, the cores are basically, they're exact copies of the very early Garrett journal bearing core. That's pretty much what they are. They're not a bad thing, I don't find. For a small boost application, it's a very cheap way to get some extra power, and I reckon they're a really good thing for that. So that's why I recommend them to some people for stock motors and small boost applications. I certainly wouldn't recommend them to someone who wants to run, say, 25 psi or has invested a fair bit of money in their motor in the way of cams or forged internals or anything the likes of that. So I just wanted to clear that up with you guys. What I say is not gospel. Again, this is just my opinion based on my personal experience, and this is why I recommend them to certain people. I ran my eBay GT3076 on my R31 Skyline. That was on a stock unopened RB30. I ran that at about 15-16 pound for years, for a long time, and never had an issue. Rex is the Onsong Performance, the wide R31. It's running eBay turbo. I plan on running a Chinese turbo on my Falcon when I finally come to boost that again, because I'm going to be boosting a completely stock engine. And I also plan on running a Chinese turbo on my LS Crusader again, because I'm boosting a stock motor. The V80, the twin turbo Land Cruiser, it's running eBay turbos at the moment. They were always meant to be just a temporary solution, because at the time we didn't have enough money to buy good quality turbos, but being that car is meant to be a daily and tow car, the aim of that build was for it to be quite reliable, so we are planning on upgrading them turbos to something better quality in the near future once we get enough money to do so. But same thing is, eBay turbos are cheap and they get stuff done. So, but if you are buying an eBay turbo, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You are buying a very cheap turbo. Chances are it's not going to last forever. So you just got to basically go into it with your eyes open, as far as the fact that you get what you pay for, basically. You are getting a cheap turbo to make a fair bit of power for not much money, which is awesome, but you got to be sort of expecting that turbo probably not to last too much more than a year, I wouldn't expect. But that being said, for $300 you could get 5 years out of a new turbo every year before you had to buy something the likes of a Garrett. So again, if you're building a cheap beater car, it makes a lot more sense to do that. But if you're building your pride and joy, you're sinking a heap of time and money into it because it's exactly what you want, exactly what you've always wanted, buy something decent so you can sleep better at night, protect your investment, and go down that route. So anyway guys, sorry for doing video in the car. I know it's probably not the greatest, just really pushed for time at the moment, and I really wanted to just make this video so that I had something to reference for if someone sort of comes to me and complains about their eBay turbo blowing apart. So you can see firsthand on my channel the experience I've had with my eBay turbos. You can see V80's still going. You'll be able to see as builds progress. Liam's R31's going to be running an eBay turbo as well, same one that I was. Adam's 1JZ MX83 is also going to be running an eBay turbo, the same one I was. So you'll be able to see all of these things as the time goes on about how they sort of last and how they go, and basically our experiences with them firsthand. So we're bringing you along for the ride. You can make up your own decision if you like, but I just wanted to pass on my personal opinion based on my experiences with these turbos. So anyway, cheers for watching as always guys. If you aren't following me on Instagram, go and follow me on that, because I post a bit of content on there that I don't post on YouTube, because I don't have to worry about copyright strikes and that sort of thing. It's been pretty crazy lately, got a bit going on. Nothing much going on with the Crusader. Basically, I'm still very much recovering from Christmas break. Had some family emergency stuff happen that was out of my control, and for that reason I've had to take some extra time off work, so I'm sort of don't have the spare money at the moment to be continuing on with my Crusader, so it's going to take me a little while to recover from that, but we've got a fair bit of stuff still going on, so subscribe if you haven't already.